Y'all know I've mentioned in the past that my brother lives in China, okay? And he's just about the only black American out there. He's mentioned coming across like one or two, but pretty much all the black people there aside from him are African, right? So I'm saying that because y'all love to use black Americans as a scapegoat, okay? So he gets into these back and forths with the Africans there all the time. And I'm not going to say that this is, like behavior that is unique to African men. But again, I'm pointing out that they African because if I didn't, y'all be swearing up and down that I must be talking about black American men and they the only ones who act like this, right? Basically the African men there be on the same weirdo stuff that a lot of black men in general be on, right? So they be talking about how they like Asian women because they modest and this, that, so and so and so. And it's funny because they use the exact same rhetoric that black American men use against black American women, right? And it's funny because, when black American men are talking all this passport bro stuff, oh, get your passport, go wherever, you notice they always go to non-black countries. Now, they swear that it's not about race. It's about, westernized, Americanized women, whatever. So they swear that they would go, marry African women as well because it's not about race. But again, you notice they never do that. They always go to a non-black country, right? And then you notice that the African men are saying the same stuff about African women, that they not modest, they not this, they not that, so and so and so. So it's like, that doesn't make any sense because the black American men are saying, oh, it's an Americanized problem. We would date African women, but they don't. They always go to these non-black countries. But then the African men are saying, oh, no, African women have this same problem. And again, we get back to the point that it's not about none of this. It's just about anti-blackness, right? So anyway, it's funny because my brother just sent some messages in the group chat we have with our siblings, right? And he was like, yeah, when these niggas lie talking about, they like Asians because they so modest, don't even believe that shit. He started talking about these weird ass sex shops they have in Asia. He was like, yeah, there's one in Japan that's like 8 stories high. And as you go higher and higher, it gets more and more explicit. You know what I'm saying? And at the top floor, they having orgies and shit. Like, and this is not no shit that I just made up, I read on the internet, whatever. No. My brother lives in China and he travels all over Asia when he has free time, right? Like, this is actually a thing, right? But then y'all will get on the internet talking about y'all love Asian women because they so modest, so and so and so. And I know y'all finna come to the comments and be like, well, of course, that's an exception. You can't judge all Asian women based off of, what some women is doing in a sex shop. Okay, sure. But for some reason, everybody gets exceptions but black women. So you can judge all of us and say we all this, that, and the other. But then when we look at these other groups that you claim are so great and we say, well, what about this? Then suddenly, oh, well, that's different. Not all of them are like that. Suddenly they get understanding and grace and nuance. But black women don't get that because, again, it boils down to the fact that you simply hate yourselves, right? And then this is the other crazy thing, right? Because I told you it's wild that these black American men are talking all this crap about black American women, right? And saying, oh, yeah, like, it's a westernized issue. It's an Americanized issue. Allegedly I would date African women as well, because they're more traditional, more whatever, right? But then African men, and I will tell you this firsthand, because y'all know I've talked to African men before. I've dated African men before. African men will sit there and tell you that African women are the worst. They'll tell you they rather date black American women. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not actually about what any of these groups of black women are doing. It's about these men being self-hating as fuck. Because I've always thought it was strange when African men are like, oh yeah, like I don't like blank women, like the women from my country, the women from my tribe, I'd rather date American women. I think that's very strange because it's like, yeah, we all black, but I feel like not liking your own group of women is odd. Like, what? Like, how do you like yourself without liking the group of women who is your complement? I kid you not. I swear before God. Bring God down here and I will swear before him or her. My ex was Kenyan. Mind you, I was sitting there minding my business one day. Like, we had never discussed Kenyan women before. So this conversation came out of nowhere, right? He came out of nowhere and he was like, yeah, I don't really like Kenyan women. And I was like, what? Like, why not? Right? Because you're a Kenyan, nigga. What are you saying? He was like, they lazy, they gold digger, so and so and so. And I was like, nigga, I'm lazy and a gold digger. What do you say? I'm lazy as hell. And I mean, like, I wouldn't say I'm a gold digger, but my thing is this, right? When we started dating, he paid for everything. He offered. I didn't have to ask. I didn't have to tell him, oh, I think you should do this, that. No, he just took it upon himself to do it, right? So with the Black American woman, he didn't have no issues about me allegedly being a gold digger or not or whatever. No, he just was happy to pay for everything. But if a Kenyan woman had asked him to pay for everything, then he would have been talking about she's a gold digger, yada, 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 so and so and so. Because the actual behavior itself is not the issue. The issue is that you just hate yourself and you looking for a fucking excuse. I say the same thing about Black American men because they swear they hate how Black American women is so ghetto and yada yada and whatever, right? But then they go and they date non-Black women that's trying their hardest to be ghetto, like a stank ass, dirty ass non-Black woman with some slick down, greasy ass edges, not the cute little slick down that Black women invented. No, they should be greasy and nasty, and they be stank as fuck, wearing some Cookie Monster pajamas, and niggas will date that, and they ain't got no issue with that. But if a Black woman was out here looking that fucking funky and bold, they would be having whole fucking podcasts about, oh, the Black woman so and so and so, where her femininity at. So the issue is not the behavior. Again, it is that you simply hate yourself. And I wish you niggas would stop using whatever women of whatever group as a scapegoat. I wish African men would stop using African women as a scapegoat. I wish Black American men would stop using Black American women as a scapegoat. Just be upfront with your damn self. Say that you don't like blackness, you don't want Black kids, and go date non-Black bitches. Stop trying to blame us for that shit.